Welcome to the Knox County Board of Commissioners meeting for July 16th, 2026. This morning we have the Department of Job and Family Services, and I'll turn the floor over to Scott. You guys can introduce yourself, and away we go.
Thank you, Barry. I'm Scott Boone. I'm the Director of Knox County Job and Family Services.
I'm Carla Poland. I'm the Administrator of Public Assistance.
And I asked Carla to come down this morning because as I've been updating you, we decided to leave the CA call center. Formally, it'll be in October later this year, but we've already made some movement in terms of our activities, and Carla's been keeping me updated on a regular basis in terms of progress, and we know it's still early and there's not a terribly large format that we can go by thus far, but the initial indications are very promising in terms of how staff have adapted and, more importantly, how we're able to serve the community. And Carla can give you some more of the details about that.
Okay. I'm going to give you the history first so it'll make more sense to you. For more than 10 years, we've participated in the C8 group. That's a collaboration of 8 counties that work together. And the state funded the necessary technology in order to create that call center. And in order for the state to continue paying it, they required us to join a group. And so that's why we ended up joining a group. And when we joined that group, all documents, everything had to be completed within that group, and we had to follow that group's regulations. We didn't have much freedom at all. We had to do exactly what was voted on within those counties. Knox County did very well, and we were always the leader in the C8 counties. We helped a lot of people out in other counties out during our time that we were in the C8s. And we also went to them and told them different ways to process documentation so that they can get their documents and meet their requirements with the state. We were always a leader of them. However, recently we found out the state has also changed their procedures. You can now stand alone. You have to stay in a group, but you can stand alone and only do Knox County cases. So after through evaluation, we decided to make the decision to transition from the C8 group to a standalone model. Under this model, our call center will handle only Knox County calls, and our staff will process exclusively just Knox County cases. The purpose of the change was to improve customer service for residents and the processing and approval of cases by allowing us to focus solely on our own county's workload. And we've only started it July 1st, but I really feel this was the best decision we've ever made. And I'll tell you why. We officially began the standalone operations on July 1st. We've already observed several positive results. By controlling our own scheduling, we can set our intake, our redetermination appointments more efficiently and complete them in a timely manner. This structure allows us to maintain progress on case approvals without delays caused by multiple county call center obligations. And we are expediting our own cases. In the past, we had some problems where we can't control other counties. They maybe made some mistakes and we weren't which caused us to take a hit for our application timeliness because it wasn't approved correctly. So I created, the supervisors had to go through, in order to continue meeting our application timeliness, our supervisors check those cases every day. That's a lot of work. Well, now we won't have to do that anymore because we've only got Knox County completing Knox County cases. At present, we have 4 ERS2 positions open. That's a caseworker position. After reviewing workflow needs, the plan is to hire 1. We will leave 3 of those positions opened, and that will save a lot of money, fiscal, but I do not believe that we will need to fill those positions because of the improved time management, the direct control over the call center process, and the streamlined workflow. I think we'll be able to meet all state requirements while reducing staffing cost. And this adjustment will result in a huge fiscal savings, because I will be surprised if we have to hire those 3 open positions. We're going to leave them open for now.
Makes sense.
And go from there. To continue receiving the call center upgrades and the technology from the state, like I explained in the beginning, that's why in October we will formally exit C8 and join Group 10. Group 10 consists of counties that have already operate as standalone units and have done so successfully for several years. And by transitioning to Group 10, we will also save money because we will no longer have to pay a C8 coordinator, because the other groups do not have a C8 coordinator. So we will also, that's another reason why we're going to join Group 10.
You would need a coordinator if you're independent, right?
You're exactly right, yes. And the only reason you have to join a group is so that the state will continue with their funding. But the only thing you have to do is in the case of an emergency. But an emergency is not somebody called off work and I can't cover. You need to cover my calls for today. It's a real emergency, like flooding, weather related. Then we would be able to go in and cover for the other counties in Group 10.
So there's 10 counties in Group 10 apparently, is that?
No, I'll tell you who's in Group 10.
That's just a name.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's kind of like the
name.
Big Ten.
Yeah.
There's like 22.
Group 1.
Yeah.
Started with 10.
From
Yeah.
East Coast to West
Way
Coast.
back when.
Yeah.
Group 1 is what we're going to exit, and you guys know who was in there.
Right.
Carol, Hancock.
Right.
Okay, so Group 10 is Allen, Ashland, Medina, Mercer, Ottawa, and Tusk.
So everything north, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've talked to them and went to visit with them several times. They've never had an emergency yet to where they've had to cover for each other. And they've been operating standalone. It's been very, very successful.
Sounds brilliant.
So answer me something. Maybe I missed this a year or whatever ago. You mentioned that you had to handle calls from other people in your aid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever realized that actually. So what was it like on a rotation, the calls, or how did it end up with you?
It went with the rotation, and we took all the calls came into the call center. And when you had your workers on there, depending on how fast your workers worked on how many calls you take, in Knox County,
So the faster you responded, the more calls. The workload
yes,
got
the more calls you take for other counties.
Right.
And
So
we were
doing your job efficient got you more work that you
Yes.
did, didn't it?
Yes.
And not any more money.
And we were high performers.
yes.
Right. So we've always been like top 3 in statistical performance. And when one county says, well, we've got 3 people out today, and we're sharing in those calls. Other counties have supported us in taking calls too. We don't want to say anything to the contrary to that, but part of the reason we decided, and Carla started talking about this, I think in like November, October of last year, is when you started doing your research, and with the new state guidelines that are creating avenues where we're taking more time on the phone and all these different steps that we're having to take now. And when a state comes in and audits a Knox County case, if Delaware, for example, took the call and they made a mistake, we take the hit for that. So we decided to take control of that.
And
Where
that's
it's just
funding
all
also.
for us.
That,
Yeah,
that
it's-
affects your funding.
Sounds to
We're
me like
penalized for
listening.
their lack of performance.
Correct.
It sounds to me like listening to you that you have to stay in the group to continue getting funded
Yes.
too, right? So,
Mhm. Yes.
Were there other people in the C8 that also have gone to standalone?
Yes, there's several of them talking about it, but they truly didn't have any idea what they could do. And when I started doing all the research, Wood County's already said that they are going to do standalone. They're not going to leave the group, one, but they're going to stand alone as of October. And Morrow County's thinking about it. There's several counties that are thinking about it, that they didn't realize that they had the freedom that they had. But after I did all the research and realized how much freedom we really had, it really does make a difference. I don't know if you guys, did you get this?
Yeah, Andrew can pull it up.
Okay. This is
You want him
only,
to do the graph.
yes. Well, they can start with that one. If
There you go.
Okay. This is only from July 1st to July 14th. And we offered 372 calls. We answered 360, so our answer rate was 96.8. However, we didn't drop any of these calls. Either the people hung up or the call was disconnected for some reason, but we can't do anything about that. But 96.8 is pretty good. Our average speed of answer was 1.9, and our average handle time is 17.4 minutes, which the state, the average speed of answer is 26.8, and the average handle time is 21.6. So for just being live from July 1st through 14th, we're going to improve on this as we go along and we figure out. But boy, did I ever realize I had lots of freedom as far as scheduling the read-ets, and we can more or less control those calls. The workers won't have to be on the call center all day long, because before they had to be on the call center all day long. No matter what, they had to stay on that call center. But now, they're going to be able, I've adjusted the times of when you can do an intake and when you can do a redetermination when we schedule the appointments. We've scheduled them at specific times, and so that's saved a lot of time for the workers, and they'll have more time to process
Sure.
documents.
This is under your current group, these stats?
Yes, this is just from July 1st to 14th, and this is just Knox County.
When you go standalone, you're going to approve those? Is that what you're saying?
They already went standalone for July.
We've already went standalone
this
for
is the
July.
new-
This is the new
The new
standalone.
standalone. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
And I say, if you can scalp those numbers more than that,
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can. I mean, we're always out to look for.
You're pretty close to being perfect.
Well, I mean, depending on the month, C8 stats are, comparatively speaking, have always been better than the state averages. But we've done better than that. We've been
Really
at
have.
98, 99, 100 answer rate and all those different types of things. So, yeah, there's room, but we feel pretty good about where we are 2 weeks into it.
Sure, I think that's a great adjustment month. I mean, that's excellent.
Yeah, and
Seems really smart.
I can't say enough about all the homework and research that Carla did, and when she says we didn't realize we could do that, I don't know why that was hidden from us, but she figured out in talking to other counties outside of C8 and within that no, these were decisions that we could make independently, and we could advocate for our community even more by creating our own schedules and making things more convenient for the people that we serve. So it's been, you called me the other day and you're like, oh my God, I wish we would have done this a long time ago. We didn't know that we could. And I said, well, let's go downstairs and brag a little bit. It's early,
Yeah,
but
heck yeah.
Great work,
we're so
Carla.
happy about it.
Great job. Saved us
Yeah.
money, made us more efficient.
Yeah.
Served our people better.
Everything that you want.
Great.
So,
It's been wonderful. I mean, I was really excited when I called him because I really was. I
Well, you
mean,
did a heck of a job.
it's,
So,
and I think the people of Knox County will notice that they're getting better customer service.
Great.
do all of your contacts, is that all phones, or do you have some people come to the office?
It's all phones, but if they come to the office and they request a face-to-face, we'll complete a face-to-face with them. But most of them are doing everything online.
you have a lot of foot traffic compared
Yes.
to the other divisions. I mean, so what are some of the other things they come in for?
They come in to hand in documentations. They come in to question why their food stamps were closed, or why they didn't get their benefits in a timely manner, or just any questions. They come in instead of calling. But now that the call center, there won't be as long as wait times. I think that
Right.
that may reduce the traffic because when they realize that they can call and we're going to answer the phone. Because what we did, my goal is they will never wait longer than 15 minutes. And so we can add people to the phones if we need to, if the calls are waiting for 15 minutes. But the way we have it scheduled, it's really been relaxing, and we haven't really had to watch it a whole lot because the workers will also come and tell us if there's a wait.
Probably it decreases turnover for you too. I mean, you know,
Yes, I think it will because
ease
the
of
workers
employment,
were
yeah.
so excited when I first had the first meeting and said, okay, we're going to exit C8. You guys won't be on the phone as much. And they were really, really excited. And the morale really raised
Good.
huge whenever they realized that.
Well, I think there was a lot of, maybe not a lot, there was some anxiety leading up to the change before we finally pulled the trigger because people didn't know. Veterans
Yes.
and new people alike were like, okay, well, this is different. I don't know how this is going to work. And the reaction from staff has been very favorable.
I'm actually really proud of the staff that we have now
Yeah.
because we've been low staffed, and I'm telling you, they get the work done. And without them, we wouldn't be anywhere. I mean, they work together, and they're a really strong team.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what makes us go. So it's really a credit to them, and they bought into the commitment for us to make the change, and they're doing their best. So couldn't ask for anything more.
Wonderful.
All right, well, that's how we got
Thank
today.
you.
That was perfect.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job,
Yes.
Carla.
Yes,
Thank you.
Carla. Good job.
Much appreciated. Scott, good to see you.
Tell Rick we'll keep him in there.
Okay, I will.
He needs it.
Hey, you need to tell him I said his face couldn't get any worse. So he didn't.
Okay, I will. He said to tell you he's sorry he won't be able to make it on Saturday.
Cheryl, if you want me to send you any of this, put up there, I can send that to you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Commissioners, while we're waiting for Brian, we'll just do a couple updates here. So we have approved the Department of Development Office of Community Development, the draw and draw number 4 for the CDBG Village of Danville Memorial Park in the amount of $74,514.
Make a motion, we approve.
Seconded?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And this is a little bit different. We used to just do part 2, now we have to do part 1 and part 2, so the state changed the requirement. So that's the draw request, and then we're gonna approve the Office of Community Development, a request for payment, draw number 4 for the Village of Danville Memorial Park improvement in that same amount of $74,514.
Motion to approve?
And second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we do have one item we're adding today. Bill had received from OPWC. We approved the project, I think, Mallory, was it last week?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Was it just Tuesday?
Oh, we accepted the bid on Tuesday.
So we accepted the bid for Smalls. for that Danville Andy Road Phase 3. This is the actual grant from OPWC, and not to exceed $259,398. And so we just need to have you approve this so Bill can go in and hit the button and formally approve it electronically.
Make a motion, we approve.
Seconded?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And
That's the email we've been getting. Doc
I don't know if you got it.
this, Mallory, we're not gonna sign though, right? There's nowhere to sign, it's just
It's a
a document,
Yeah, it's just
resolution.
decent, yeah.
So it says sign here, but don't sign there.
We don't
Where
need to do the DocuSign.
No.
Bill has to do it,
Bill has to
sign,
do
but
it.
we don't have
Okay.
to sign this copy, just
Okay.
pass that down to Mallory. Yeah, we're good. Okay, and then, we got 3 sets of minutes and some bills for the day.
While we're waiting on the dog shelter report, Brenda, do you have anything you want to share while we're in law? Good. Mr. Purcell, do you want to share?
We would share that the Land Bank and Habitat have 2 more houses tomorrow. They're going to be dedicating and handing the keys over to the new owners. So that'll take place at noon tomorrow and at 4:30. I don't know if Cheryl, if you have the addresses on. I didn't bother to write them down.
I don't remember them offhand. Sorry. 107 Columbus Road, was that one of them?
But I didn't
147?
look them up. I just saw the announcement. And
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anything else, Commissioner?
no, that's it.
I want to thank Bill for attending the Veteran Services yesterday. I got several texts that said Bill did a wonderful job, so we appreciate it. For those who didn't know, the Veteran Services and the Knox County Commissioners honored 4 students for going to Washington, D.C., and they got selected to walk the Unknown Soldier's Tomb for their essays that they wrote. So they got to go what we call behind the curtain and then walk down and place a wreath on the Unknown Soldier's Tomb. So we recognized them. Commissioner Purcell, thank you for it.
Well, and the students did a really good job. Students that we can be proud of from Mount Vernon going there on the lake with the rest.
And then tomorrow we have some middle school students coming in. Brenda, you're gonna handle that, right?
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Right, get to share about what we do as commissioners.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful to educate them.
Yeah. And I want to thank the community for the wonderful outreach and outpour about my brother and his loss. So I appreciate the community.
Yes, we give our condolences and prayers for you and your family.
That's all I have. Jason?
Look it up now.
Cheryl, you got it?
Mallory, Brian did confirm, right, that he was coming. He's usually early, so.
So one of the houses tomorrow is 47 Columbus Road.
No one.
So the monthly report for April 2026, we had a total of 38 dogs enter the shelter. 14 were owner surrender. 1 was a returned adoption. 1 was seized in custody. And we had 22 stray dogs come in. We had a total of 33 dogs leave the shelter. 13 of those were adoptions. 7 were euthanasias. 11 were returned to their owners. And 2 were transferred to rescue. It should be noted all 7 dogs euthanized in April were at the owner's request to the dogs being aggressive, having a bite history, or for medical reasons. A total of 19 citations were issued in the month of April. Deputy Tyler Moore issued 6 citations for failure to confine, 8 citations for failure to license, 2 citations for failure to confine a nuisance dog, and 1 citation for falsification, and 1 citation for abandoning animals. And I issued 1 citation for failure to confine a dog in April.
In April?
In April of that would have been April.
What do you mean by return to rescue? Is that what you said? What did that?
Transferred to rescue, yeah. So we work with different rescue groups and organizations that will pull dogs from us,
Right.
where they have people that have contacted them and are looking for a particular dog, and so breed specific. Usually we'll get a dog in and they'll contact us and say we have a home for it, which sometimes then eliminates us having to go through spay and neuters or different. They'll just come and pull the dog. We don't have to go through the process of updating it on everything and trying to adopt it out. It goes right to the rescue and they place it in a home.
Is that all in state or is that out of
It
state?
depends. Sometimes it can be rescues out of state. I believe in this instance, this was just in state. Recently, we've just worked with in-state rescues. So then,
And how many did you say are there currently?
currently at the shelter,
Yes.
He hadn't got that.
I haven't got that far yet. But I can
Still
tell,
in
but I
April.
can tell you.
He's still in April,
Yeah,
Bill.
so that was for April. So do you want me to go ahead and move
Yeah,
on
go
to
ahead.
May?
Yeah,
Okay.
go
yeah.
ahead.
So the monthly report for May, we had a total of 46 dogs enter the shelter. 22 of those were owner surrenders. 1 was a return adoption. 23 were stray dogs that came in. And we had a total of 49 dogs leave the shelter. 15 of those were adoptions. 13 were euthanasias. We had 14 returned to owner, and we had 7 that were transferred to rescues. And it should be noted that all 13 dogs that were euthanized in May were at the owner's request due to the dogs being aggressive, having a bite history, or for medical reasons.
And is it cheaper for us to do the euthanasia than a vet? Is that what?
Yeah, so we actually get people from out of our county whose shelters won't euthanize their dogs that will come down and pay the $50 fee to surrender their dog to be euthanized, so that it's a lot less expensive than going to their local veterinarian.
Oh, it's good in that system.
So, but yeah, so we do get that from time to time. People from other counties that will contact us needing to have a dog euthanized.
So regardless of where you come from, the prices will change, huh?
No, it's $50 if you have a current license, and then it's $90 if you don't have a current license, and the $40 difference is purchasing a license with the late fee is where that comes in.
So do we charge more for those that are coming from outside the county?
We don't. Our policy right now is just $50 surrender fee, regardless of what county you're from. If it's not licensed, or if it's licensed, and $90 if not. That's something that I'd love to.
So let me ask you, how do you feel about that? 'Cause that
Yeah, I'd
doesn't
love to.
sit
I'd
well
love
with
to.
me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love
That
to
doesn't
address
sit well
that.
with me. I mean, honestly, if you're
I mean,
first
I-
off,
our staff doesn't want to have to do that.
Well, no,
you know,
I mean,
so-
I don't enjoy it. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
enjoyable.
that's not an
something that-
enjoyable thing that you're doing.
No.
You know, and people coming from other county. I have issue with people coming with it from farther
Yeah.
away, not in the county, and paying the same price
Yeah.
as somebody in.
Well, I believe that it's significantly more too to go to a local vet's office
Well,
to have
of
it
course it
done.
is.
So then a lot of people will use us as a resource.
Well, I
Which,
just say you're just a resource to take care of the problem. I mean,
and I mean, I think it's important to provide that service for people.
That's a county charge, so we don't have ORC or anything we have to deal with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I would
One
love-
in the
yeah, I
new
would love
year,
to
I would
address
really
that,
look at
yeah.
that, and I'd support that, honestly. But
And any other ones that you might be aware of, similar situation other than that,
Yeah,
yeah,
if there are any.
yeah.
we should really bring that to the table
Absolutely.
in the new year.
Do we also take surrenders from other counties?
No, so that's something that we don't do. We only take owner surrenders from our county. We'll take euthanasias from other counties, but we don't
I'm not
take.
saying you have to stop, but I think the charge should be significantly more than
Yeah,
especially out of
yeah,
county.
I
I get the in county, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're coming from Morrow, Licking, Delaware, or wherever that may be, Richland, yeah, the price of admission should be more.
Yeah, I agree. We did issue a total of 80 citations in the month of May.
Wow.
And I know you always ask me if that's a record or not, but I actually think now that this might be
That
a
might be a
record.
record.
Yeah, so we had a couple cases where multiple people were issued citations for the same charge, so that's kind of why the increase. But Deputy Tyler Moore issued 2 citations for falsification, 4 citations for failure to license, and 29 charges for animal neglect, and 42 charges for animal cruelty.
What the heck?
And like I said, that one of those situations, there was 4 people living in the house, and so those 4 people all got.
So when you do neglect and cruelty, you take the dog from them, I would take it, right?
Yes, yep. So those aren't all charges for just canines. Some of those were for cats and then other species of animals. So yeah.
Because Tyler, when he does, that's the humane officer, that piece isn't just for dogs. I mean, we could get a call about a horse, a cow, anything. He has to go out and investigate for neglect.
Just took 11 cats to Marion to rescue.
You did?
Live traps from my in-laws house.
I didn't know you were in the rescue game.
I'm
How many for cruelty was it?
We had 29 charges for animal neglect and 42 charges for animal
So
cruelty.
it was one large case.
There were actually 2 large cases, and then multiple people on both that got, like, one house had 2 people living in it, so both those people got the citations, and then the other house there were 4 people, so they all 4 got, so. But Deputy Brooke Brown issued 1 citation for failure to confine, and I issued 1 citation for failure to confine and 1 citation for dog performing a nuisance act.
Is Weiser still with you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. His name's coming up for June.
Well, I just wanted
Yeah.
They just keep stealing your thunder.
The monthly report for June of 2026, we had a total of 29 dogs enter the shelter. 6 were owner surrenders and 23 were strays. We had a total of 45 dogs leave the shelter. 14 of those were adoptions, 3 were euthanasias, 13 were returned to their owner, and 1 was transferred to a rescue. And it should be noted that 2 of the 3 dogs euthanized in June were at the owner's request, 2 of the dogs being aggressive, having a bite history, or for medical reasons, and then 1 dog was euthanized after an incident where a volunteer was bitten. We had a total of 23 citations were issued in the month of June. Deputy Tyler Moore issued 7 citations for failure to confine, 7 citations for failure to register, 3 citations for abandoning animals, and 1 citation for dog performing a dangerous act. Deputy Brian Weiser issued 2 citations for failure to confine and 1 citation for dog performing a dangerous act. And I issued 1 citation for failure to confine and 1 citation for failure to display tags. As of Wednesday, yesterday at 12 o'clock, we had a total of 28 dogs at the shelter. 24 are available for adoption and 4 have been adopted and are waiting for pickup, but those dogs have already been picked up, so those 4 dogs have already left and gone home. Out of the 24 dogs that are at the shelter, 16 are owner surrenders and 8 are stray dogs. There is a total of 9 dogs on the adoption floor that have been at the shelter for over 60 days. And when it comes to dog licenses for this year, we are currently the non-renewal rate from last year's tags is 1.39%. So we have a total of 155 tags out of the 11,106 tags sold last year that are non-renewed or aren't accounted for. We've tried to contact them, stop by their house. I'm not sure if they've moved or
So do you really get a bigger amount of dogs show up after the fireworks? Like,
I don't think so. I know that like people say that, and everyone asks me after the 4th how and I don't know if that's just maybe a myth. I don't think that in the years that I've worked at the shelter.
So you never saw that?
I mean, I think one time we had a dog in the drop pen after the 4th of July that was a stray, but who knows if that was because of fireworks or not. But I don't think that we get a big influx of dogs being loose after fireworks.
Everybody, before the fireworks, if you look at the news,
they're
like,
always,
hey, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm not familiar. I haven't experienced that.
Okay, good,
but,
that's good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So,
Good.
but that's all I have
I'm
for
glad
you.
you finally got to the number I was wanting to get.
Yeah. Sorry to make you wait.
Yeah, let's make sure we put it on the agenda going into, the new year, that
Yeah, we can
we
address those
definitely
fees.
come to some type of decision about the charges for
Yeah,
those.
I like to keep our adoption fees low, just
Yeah,
so that we can
yeah, I get
adopt
that.
dogs out.
But,
But
yeah,
I think when you're
for
taking in
euthanasia.
an owner surrender, even if it's just for adoption, but especially for euthanasia, that's just a service we provide. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some dog shelters don't take it.
No, there's a lot that don't. So,
So they just
I think it's
run
good.
wild until you pick them up anyway then, right?
well, yeah. So there's also shelters that won't take in stray dogs people find either. 'Cause
That what?
they won't take in stray dogs that people find and bring to the shelter because it says that we are to pick up dogs running at large, not accept them. And
Wow.
so some shelters are, yeah, so
So I just let that stray dog I have to go. But
yeah,
Be free.
it's kind of crazy, but
well, thank you.
We appreciate you.
yep.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, guys.
Good work.
You guys have a good day.
You
You
too.
too. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Was there anything else,
I don't have anything.
Brenda? Jason?
Yes, sir.
Cheryl? I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn for the weekend.
So stand adjourned.